A transformer is not Megatron, okay, Megatron or Gigatron, okay, that's not that movie, okay. The transformer means it is the one which increases or decreases the voltage, okay. If we want to increase the voltage or decrease the voltage, AC voltage, then we need a device which is known as a transformer, okay. So a device which is used, a device which is used to increase or decrease, which is used to increase or decrease AC, increase or decrease alternating current AC is known as transformer. Okay, is known as a transformer. So transformer you cannot use for DC current. Keep that in the mind. DC you cannot increase, neither increase nor decrease. Okay. Now how it works? Okay, the principle for this transformer is mutual induction. Okay, it is mutual induction. Is that clear? Now suppose this is a transformer. Now, so here what happens now? See here, this is the primary, and this is said to be secondary. This is said to be primary. Okay, and this is said to be the secondary. Primary and secondary. Okay, so primary coil, secondary coil. So NP is known as number of turns on primary. NS is known as number of turns on secondary. IP is current on primary. IS is said to be current on secondary. VP is said to be voltage on primary. VS is known as voltage on secondary. Now how it works? See here. When alternating current passes through this coil, this is very easy to understand. When alternating current passes through this coil, what will happen? Current is induced. Okay, current is induced through this material. Sorry, when alternating current passes through it, around it there is a magnetic field. That magnetic field will go the changing magnetic. When there is a changing current in the wire, there is a changing magnetic field around it. That changing magnetic field will go through the coil, and will, because of the changing magnetic field, current is induced in the second coil. Because of the changing magnetic field, current is induced in the second one. Is that clear? And when current is induced, what will happen? Voltage is developed across it. Once again, see here, we are giving a alternating voltage. Okay, when we are giving alternating voltage, around it there is a magnetic field. Okay, a changing magnetic field. Because of the changing magnetic field, current is induced in the second coil. So this situation, so current is induced in the second coil, that is known as mutual induction phenomenon. And this is how the transformer works. So we have NP. NP is what? NP is number of turns in the primary. IP is current in the primary coil. VP is the voltage in the primary. NS is the number of turns in secondary. IP is the current in the secondary. VP is the voltage in the secondary. I write here. NP is here. NP is number of turns. Okay, number of turns on primary. Okay, number of turns on primary. NS is known as number of. Yes, please.
So the box like thing that is there, what is that material? Is it iron or
we take soft iron core. This is a soft iron core material. Soft iron core.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll go back again. Okay, just for a moment, we'll go back to the magnetism and matter. In magnetism and matter, we have discussed about, in ferromagnetism, we studied about two types of material. What are they? In ferro. Soft iron material and hard. Soft magnetic material and hard magnetic material. Do you remember that one?
Sir, I was not there when you did that.
Okay. So anyways, I have sent the videos. I'm uploading the videos on the same day. Only yesterday's videos were not uploaded. Okay. Yesterday and I think Thursdays also. Otherwise every day.
Yes,
okay, it is getting uploaded. Please watch the video. When you are not attending, just watch the video and ask me the question on the same day. You can WhatsApp me on the same day. Then I will explain. Whether it is morning or evening, 24 hours I'm at the service. Okay. So
yes,
whenever, even at 12 o'clock also, if you watch the video, write a message to me, finish. If I'm awake, I will immediately reply to you. Okay.
I thought that was hollow.
No, this is not hollow. This is a soft iron material. See, we have two types of material. One is hard magnetic material, soft magnetic material. Hard magnetic material is difficult to magnetize and difficult to demagnetize. It will take so much so long to magnetize also. Whereas soft iron material, it will magnetize quickly and demagnetize quickly. So we use soft iron core material. What happens? The question is, what happens if you're using hard magnetic material here? So what will happen? There will be a short circuit because it is a AC cycle. In hard magnetic material, we have to give the current in the same direction for a long time, or magnetic field in the same direction for a long time. Then it will get magnetized. But in soft magnetic material, you give one cycle upwards, one cycle downwards. So it will magnetize, demagnetize, magnetize, demagnetize. That is the thing happening in the soft iron core material. Understood now?
Yes, sir, got
So
it.
what is happening for one cycle? What happens for one cycle? See, we have studied about a BH curve. That is the reason they have added BH curve in our syllabus. So this is for one up to here. From here to here, it is the magnetism is in one direction. When we change the direction, it went in this way. Again, when we came back again, so this cycle is for one direction. This one is for one direction. Understood? So this is magnetizing in one direction, magnetizing in the other direction. Same way, magnetizing in one direction, magnetizing in the other direction. Got it?
Yes, sir.
That is
So
how
could
the
you
BH
explain
curve.
it again?
See, this one, the upper part, there are lower. This is a cycle, half cycle, half cycle. This is full cycle.
Yes, sir.
For half cycle, it will magnetize in one direction. For the other half cycle, it will magnetize in the other direction. Got it?
Yes, sir.
That is how
Yes, sir.
the transformer or mutual induction works. Now, here we have IS and IP. What is IS? So what happens? IP is the current in primary. IS is said to be current in primary. And what is IS? IS is current in secondary. So VP is what? Voltage in primary. Okay. VP is voltage in primary, and VS is said to be voltage in secondary. VS is voltage in secondary. Is that clear? What is phi?
Yes,
Phi
sir.
is the flux in each turn in the core at time t. So when we apply voltage across the primary coil, what will happen? Around it there is a magnetic field. That is said to be magnetic flux. Phi is said to be the flux. Okay, flux or magnetic flux. Is that clear? Phi is said to be the magnetic flux. So what is happening? There is we'll go back again to the mutual inductance formula. According to the mutual inductance formula, what is that? ES. This is the induced current developed in the secondary one. Induced current developed in the second coil. That is given by NS into d phi by dt. What is the meaning of d phi by dt? What is the meaning of d phi by dt? Can anyone say that?
Change in flux.
Yeah.
Change in flux.
Rate of change of flux. Yeah, change in flux. D phi means change in flux. D phi by dt means rate of change of flux. Understood? With respect to
Yes,
time,
sir.
or change of flux with respect to time. D phi by dt. So that means what? What happens when there is a changing flux going through the primary to secondary, current is induced. That current induced is given like this. The induced current is given by ES is equal to minus NS into d phi by dt. How much change in flux is coming, changing here depends on that only the EMF is developed in the secondary. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So then what will happen when the induced current is developed in this one, what will happen? Around it again there is a magnetic field, changing magnetic field. That will again try to go back. What is that called? Once again, see, when there is a changing flux, around it there is in this what happens? Current is induced. When the current is induced, around it there is a magnetic field. That changing magnetic field will start going back. What is that called?
Back EMF.
Very good. That is said to be back EMF or self-induction, right? That is known as back EMF or self-induction. Back EMF or self-induction. Okay. So back EMF in the primary. Is that clear? Is
Yes,
that clear
sir.
of you? So that is what is that
Yes.
back EMF now? That is EP. EP is equal to what? NP into d phi by dt. Is that clear? NP is equal to minus d phi by dt. So copy this one. Just take a screenshot. We'll go back. Just take a picture and send it to them in the group. Okay. Now, okay. So therefore, mutual inductance is ES is equal to, we got back here. This is mutual inductance formula. This is back EMF formula. So we got both of them now. Now, now we are equating both of them. Okay, the primary and the secondary. When we equate both of them, what do we get now? So one is ES is known as VS and EP is known as VP. So ES here, ES is known as VS and EP is known as VP. Okay, voltage in ES is the induced current or whatever it is. So we are writing voltage in the secondary and voltage in the primary. Okay, is that clear, all of you? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
What is primary, what is secondary, and how the flux is taking, how the flux will go into from primary to secondary and induce the secondary. Again, when the current is induced in the secondary, how it is replying back, that is said to be back EMF in the primary. Is that clear? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now it will become what? VP is equal to what? We are writing N minus NP into d phi by dt, and we are writing Vs is equal to minus Ns into d phi by dt. Okay, this is what we have it up. So we are equating both of them, equation 1 and equation 2. We are equating both of them, 1 and 2. So therefore it will become minus NP into d phi by dt equal to what? Minus Ns into d phi by dt. Okay, so what do we get now? What do we get now? Minus, so can we cross multiply this? Can we cross multiply this Vs by,
Yes, sir.
or we will divide one over the other, better, or we will divide one over the other. So what do we get? Vs by Vp is equal to what? Vs by Vp is equal to minus Np Ns into d phi by
NS
dt
by
divided
NP.
by minus Np into d phi by dt. Can we do this?
Yes, sir.
This will go away, minus and minus will go away. It implies Np by Ns is equal to Vp by Vs. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear, all of you? No, we have the power formula.
Yes.
What is the power formula? Power formula is P is equal to VI. P is equal to VI. That is the power formula. Now, power in primary and power in secondary both are equal. Power in input power is equal to output power. So that there is no loss of power.
So won't it be NS by NP?
Yeah, I wrote Ns by Np. Okay, Ns by Np will become Vs by Vp. Okay, no problem. We can write in that. Ns
Yes.
by Np is equal to Vs by Vp. Okay, it's the same, no?
Yes, sir.
The inverted
Yeah.
equation. That's it. Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
inverted. Okay, anyways, Ip by Is is equal to Ip into Vp is equal to Is into Vs. So when we cross multiply this, what will happen now? Vs by Vp is equal to what? Ip by Is, which will be also equal to what? What is Vs by Vp? Ns by Np. This is very, very important formula. Based on this formula, there will be a definitely one numerical on this, maybe one marker or two marker. A numerical will be there on this. Clear? Is this clear?
Yes,
So
sir.
this derivation.
Derivation may not come in the examination, but why if I directly write this one, you may ask 1,000 questions. Yeah. So to avoid
Yes, sir.
those questions, I am trying to explain how it came. Clear?
Okay, sir.
The problem is in 10th when we write a focal length formula 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. No student will ask why it is coming. Understood? Why? Because at that stage, only students are only supposed to learn. But here, how it came, we have to
Yes,
learn.
sir.
That is also important. So,
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
yeah.
shouldn't it be IP by IS?
No. See here, when you cross multiply, what will happen? Vp by Vp
IP,
by
right?
Vs is equal to Is by Ip. No, see here. I'm cross multiplying Vp by Vs is equal to what? Is by Ip. No, is it not?
Yeah, sir, but here you have written IP by VS, right?
Yes, sir.
So
You.
it should be IS.
Where's
But
IS,
here,
sir?
I wrote VS by VP, no?
Yes, sir.
No,
No,
so
the
then
second one. IP by VS you wrote.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
yeah, sir,
Yeah,
that's what
IP
I.
by IS, sorry, my mistake. Okay, IP by IS. Okay, is
Yes, sir.
that clear? So that is a general formula.
ये वो वैसा नहीं है का
हाँ।
ये वैसा नहीं होता क्या
हाँ, okay,
वो
हाँ.
वैसा सीधा
हाँ.
लिखो बोल रहे हैं
अच्छा, okay, sorry.
एस है वो ना रहा ओके एस छोटा लिखो ऐसा ऐसा
हाँ?
नहीं लिखना नहीं मतलब सब इसमें जो उल्टा है वो नहीं 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 ना ना
अच्छा, okay, okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. अच्छा, ठीक है.
अब इसको भी छोटा ही छोटा
अच्छा, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So this is the formula we got it. Okay, so we are continuing with this one now. There will be a numerical only on this, only on the formula, not on the derivation. Okay, so now, so primary current and resistance are small. So what are the properties of a or features of a transformer? So primary resistor and current are small. Number one, features of a transformer. Features of a transformer. What are the features? Number one, primary resistor, comma current are small. Okay, they both are small. Number two, the same flux links both the primary and secondary, as very little flux escapes from the core. Okay, so here the same flux links both. The same flux links both primary and secondary. The same flux links both primary and secondary, as very little flux escapes from the core. As very little flux very little flux escapes